Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the CGL Tier 6 PlayStation 4 EU Final. My name is Spacy. I'm joined with Billy. Billy, say hi, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am very happy to be here. Kind of a last minute call to do the finale of the Tier 6 scene here in Europe.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of bang on teams, the number 1 and number 2 seeds, making their way to the grand final in Worz and MME. Worz being the top seed, and we had some communication issues trying to get all this together for everybody out there, but I'm excited to be here. Without further ado, we can kind of go through this as we load in the screen they're very insistent upon starting right this minute. It is the first to four, where the top seed gets to choose the first control map, which is going to be today, Lijiang Tower. And after that, loser gets to pick the maps, and then the winner of said previous map gets to choose whether or not they're going to be on attack or defense. We'll go control, hybrid, assault, escort, and back to control should we need it into map 5. So, Spacy, I haven't had a chance to work with you. I'm super excited to have you on the cast with me. You said you know a little bit about these teams. Let us in. Let us know what we're going to see here.
You know, I'm familiar with the MME team just because I've been in EU for quite some time now. I've been here the whole time, but also the other team, we know they're from the Arabic region of the European part. And not due to the stereotypes, but we definitely know they enjoy their Farah play, and the composition's sort of like this. But Billy, coming into this first round, are we going to expect this Farah hyper-aggressive sort of style? Are we going to see a more slower sort of pace?
Well, I mean, if we're looking at from what we're seeing from MME, it looks like a full-on dive is the flavor du jour. And looking with a little bit of Wrecking Ball Diva for the other side from Worz. So we do see Bolfus on the Farah. So that is going to be something they're going to have to take out of the sky real quick.
Yeah, Bolfus is just going to be that man in the sky, you know, the main little bit of pressure that MME really have to deal with and mitigate before he gets any real value, as we're just seeing the fight sort of open up on the point, with the point starting as like Bonnie attack goes in on the backline, Poconi takes on Bafus on this Farah, so that is a crucial bit gone for them right here, Billy. Not having a Farah and no longer having a Mercy means that they've got no suppressive fire in the sky, and with only a Lucio heals, this should just be MME cleaning up this fight right now as the Wrecking Ball falls down, and they're just going to turn attention to the Diva, and that was quite a clean fight for them, Billy.
Indeed, and I mean, I really like what I saw there. You know, and the only shielding is coming out from Bonnie attack on the Winston for MME. That's going to be a win right there, you know, to mitigate some of the damage. I think the patch boost to Diva is going to be what the real battle here is. Being able to not only hunt down and assassinate people, but also to be able to actuate your missiles a lot faster.
Yeah, but as we talk about it there, Gold the oh my God! What a pulse bomb. Both the supports are now down to the ability, so this is a real good opportunity for Worz to get upon the point as they look like they're getting these last couple kills. They're going to make this play, get up on the point, flip it over with probably about 30 to 35% gone off the clock.
I mean, 32, that's pretty good. Flex, as you know what, is really popping off on this Tracer. I'm not saying what it's supposed to be saying because you guys can all read that. But I think that the support battle is really where it's going to happen at. And if you can take down the supports from MME, it's going to be pretty much an easy fight win every single time.
Yeah, we've seen Bonnie attacking Alvis Slays. We're seeing a Diva Bomb flying up into the sky. The South Destruct doesn't manage to find anything. He then falls Flex, finds both the tanks. This man's got a one-man Wrecking Ball right at the moment. But speaking of wreck, oh my lord, an EMP catches 5 people. But is it going to be too little? Is it going to be too late? We're not quite sure yet, Billy. They're just coming in. The remake crushes Mr. Banner. Unfortunately, the Brigitte not too strong. Poconi uses that copy to get the Diva. He's going to charge a South Destruct relatively quick. But with Bonnie attack come back in and a Rocket Barrage in the sky, they're just looking for this play at the moment. They need to clutch up. They need to get these last couple crucial picks right here, but with this self-destruct copied from the Echo, we're seeing the fight come back in maybe to MME's favor, but I say too soon. The sound barrier popped and the fight's taking its way to the point. Goldie A trying to equal it out, take down the Farah, so the suppressive fire, as we were talking about being so crucial in the sky, is no longer there. Pulse bomb popped as well. This is an absolute menace upon the point right now with the Wrecking Ball spin around. We would expect him to get hacked up, but this is just really scrappy, really backwards and forwards here, Billy. Worz, they're just trying to bring this back in their favor, but MME, they're grasping with everything they've got left in the bank. Bonnie attack gets the leap kill up onto the fellow Diva, and Banana's crazy kills the other tank, so with 2 tanks down and now a Lucio, this finally looks like MME are going to pull it back in their favor here, Billy.
I mean, yeah, I mean, mile a minute there, and I absolutely love the speed. They've got to really kill this stall that's going on right now, because there's just so much going on. The sustain is there. The tags are in. I mean, they're dropping them one at a time. You know, they're gonna have to do something with an ultimate or something to stop this this just tag in, because 91%. This has been going for about 40% now. This fight win here, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to close it out.
I believe with Goldie getting that Mercy, though, that's the main, you know, sort of heels gone with this Lucio Mercy comp performance, no pocket. But finally, I think MME are going to get this flip eventually with I mean, it was a 60% stall from Worz there, Billy. That's absolutely incredible for them on this map.
It's madness, and I mean, it's just a testament to the individual skill of the players from Worz. So let's recap. I mean, they popped a lot of ultimates in the middle of that. A lot of cooldowns also being used to maintain. You've got to watch out for this D.Va bomb, EMP.
Self-destruct, doesn't manage to find anything. That was really good defensive play from Worz there. They just backed up, realized they were in a really bad situation, but the EMP was just enough. After MME get these last couple kills, they bring this back in their favor, and with 70% soon to be approaching, Billy, this is do or die for Worz right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've got the ultimates really to kind of sustain on the point. You know, you've got the Primal Rage available from Bonnie Attack. You've got the Nano Boost that could really be used to charge up a little bit of Pit Boss for Mr. Bata on the Brigitte. I'd love to see the Nano going into that, because I mean, that's just instant death. You can't kill the Brigitte at that point, Spacy.
Yeah, and with Goldie finding a really good pick, taking down Flex, we saw how much of a menace he was earlier on, but the minefield takes down 2 people. This is absolutely crucial for Worz right here. They need to clutch up. They need to get these final couple kills, but Alvis Slays finds the Lucio on Bonnie Tag with that Primal Rage, slaps the Wrecking Ball into the corner, and with the Lucio getting Red back alive, both supports are on the battlefield right now. They're just looking for these plays, and with MME approaching 99%, a Rocket Barrage gets popped in the sky, finds 1, doesn't manage to find 2, unfortunately. They're now just looking to close this out. Worz, they're looking really solid right now here, Billy. They've got everybody on the point. The sound barrier cast. Poconi's on this Wrecking Ball, just the copy from the Echo. He's now swinging around on the point. This is last-ditch effort. He's got the minefield. He's going to look to play it here, but he's also just trying to stall as much as he can here, Billy. With the reinforcements coming back in from MME, I'm not sure it may be enough. Worz, they're just being really, really dominant with this Farah Tracer style. The hyper-aggressive Lucio Mercy play is just been absolutely horrendous at the moment for MME to deal with. You know, they've got the EMP coming up, Billy, so this could be absolutely crucial here, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye on Goldie A here. If he lands this EMP coming back from spawn, it could be absolutely crucial. There it is. Catches 4 people. Self-destruct from Alvis Slays thrown in as well. Catches 2. That's absolutely incredible. What a play. What a self-destruct. With the DMEC coming in their way as well, they may be looking to pull this back. MME, this could be the comeback of the century here, Billy. They're managing to get their kills in their favor, but the resurrection coming out onto Boku on this Farah. No, Goldie A falls. This is crucial. Backwards and forwards, left, right, and center. Pulse bomb. Alvis has lost his mech. Poke only takes down the Farah. What are we witnessing here? This is absolutely crucial. The clutch needs to come out. Self-destruct flown in. I'm going to about to lose my voice. This is absolutely insane. The Lucio coming out, looking for these plays. This is so long, 30 seconds to be exact, on the point at the moment, with ultimates being charged left, right, and center. Goldie's even swapped to the Soldier 76, the legs, the man himself to get back up onto the point. He's running back. He's popped this biotic field just to keep himself alive. He gets taken down, and this is finally Worz looking like they've got a bit of momentum with Bonnie Attack on the Wrecking Ball, spinning around, doing absolutely everything he can. He gets taken down. Oh no, he touched again. Alvis Slays, give us a break, man. He's get back on the point. He gets DMX, the Rocket Barrage once again. I believe that's 2 in 1 fight for Biaflu on this Farah. And finally, Billy. Oh my god, that what a fight we just witnessed.
Oh my god, Spacy, first of all, take a breath, man. Take a shot of Lucozade or some kind of energy drink to restore yourself after that. What a manic fight. That is the only way that I can describe what we just saw. The stall was real from both sides. No, neither side really wanting to give up the control. And if that is a harbinger of what we're about to see in this Tier 6 Grand Final, yeah, $1,500 on the line too. And I mean, they're wanting their money. They want to get paid.
Yeah, they're making a great fight of this. They're working for every single penny. That even maybe cost me my voice in the very first map of the game. But I'm all here for it. I've got a strong voice. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. As the gates come out here, Billy, not too much change with the comps.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting to see a Symmetra to try and speed and aggress onto the point, but not seeing that as of yet. I think the mobility that you've got with the Winston D.Va dive is going to provide enough speed. Also with Facator on the Lucio should be able to get them in fast. But man, early entry picks coming out from Works, and I mean, wow, that is fast.
Yeah, as we were saying that there, Flex found himself in the backline. You know, Bananas for crazy on this Anna. The Granny unfortunately found herself just separated from the team, and they managed to take him out with just literal ease, and then they won that fight from there on out, Billy.
I mean, you referred to as Anna as Granny. I love it. We don't do that here in America. Oh my God, I love it. I love the European flair to this, and we don't see these kind of comps in America. That's one thing that I really want to point out is that we don't see Winston hardly at all, and it looks like, you know, aside from MME, very well versed in the art of Winston.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's getting very close to getting his first primal rage. Elba Slays is going to have a self-destruct quick as you like.
Yeah, finally MME managed to flip it over though, but 27%, that's not a too bad hold for Worz right here, Billy. They've charged a couple crucial ults here. What we expected for these to work out in the next fight?
I mean, they should really aggress in first. I think bring mines onto the point first to kind of scatter it, zone people out, and then go ahead with a damage boosted barrage to clear everybody out.
I mean, as you say, you're like a prophet, you predict the future. We definitely saw the minefield come out there, and it takes people low. He gets taken down, though, but he finds Bananas for crazy, and Mr. Banter falling from a boop. That's no support left for MME. This is the absolutely crucial chance Worz are waiting for here with Alvis Slade dropping the self-destructs. Both pop, both divas getting the same. Oh my God, what a self-destruct from Alvis Slade, catching the double. This could ignite the spark to force the rebellion on the point here for MME. They've got every opportunity to do so off the back of Alvis Slade's huge play. He takes down the Mercy here, Billy. This is crucial. The hack coming onto the way. The Wrecking Ball and EMP catches 3 people. That's the Tracer caught up in it. And now just both the tanks left alive. And that's a great fight for MME when they looked rough. They looked in the doubt, but they managed to bring it back for them there, Billy.
In fact, you know, Mr. Banta popping rally there in the latter part of the mid fight, really solidifying and beefing up the remaining members of MME, and that was a very nice hold from them, crossing 65% now. Looks like they do have the Primal Rage to really counter any kind of aggression coming in right now. They popped both of their support ultimates rather early in the fight. I think EMP is going to be your win condition to really secure this fight, but I mean, look at the bevy of ultimates for Worz right now.
Yeah, what a great shot. Rocket Barrage coming in and gets defense, defense matrix up as much as humanly possible, but it caught Bonnie attack on the way up. Bananas for crazy now just takes down one, but I think that may be too little too late for them as Worz getting the momentum, getting the kills off the back of that Farah play, the Rocket Barrage, the couple kills for himself. That's a really good play, and that's Worz flipping this point.
Yeah, but 99% garnered by MME, so they are going to be on last fight territory here as we see them try to aggress in. Goldier is getting some really nice scouting, being able to talk back to the team about where the defense is set up at, and they're going to be able to pounce.
Ooh, this is smart play. They're trying to look for this Wrecking Ball that Goldie scouted, as you were mentioning. They saw him in the backline. They've now turned their entire team's attention to it, but as we say this, I believe they've now turned the attention to the point, but Goldie's just checking back, hacks the Tracer. However, the Tracer takes down Bananas for crazy, so, you know, it's a one-for-one trade in that situation, and maybe having a Tracer dead as well as an Anna is more of a value for the team with the Tracer. But this being said, Worz are on, MME are on the point. They pop this Primal Rage, Mr. Banter takes down the Mercy. That's a good play. Sound Barrier cast, catches 3 people, so not the greatest effect. But with this fight coming up onto the point here, Billy, this is Mr. Banter's territory. He's on this Brigade. He's got every bit of value here. Self-destruct from Alvis Slade. He's going to take out a bunch of these mines and actually catches the Lucio. So this is looking really, really solid for the side of MME here. But speak too soon and you'll miss it. That's 2 kills coming the way of Worz, and they managed to maybe pull this back, but not necessarily here, Billy. I think MME have got this in their bag. Goldie getting 2 kills right at the end there may secure this for them with the rally upon the point. Finally, we're seeing MME look a lot stronger here on this second point of Legion.
That was almost a last-second touch from Flex's you-know-what on the Tracer, but using the abilities, not able to continue that overtime wick burning. So we do get tied up here 1-1. Much better showing. I don't think that Gardens was necessarily the best area there for them. But now, are we going to see a more brawly comp coming into Control Center as, you know, the Farah? Man, the ceiling here is not as high as it is on Night Market and Gardens. I don't know if you're going to get the same amount of value out of the winged Egyptian DPS player. I'm really liking the Sombra pick. Goldier is getting a lot of value on the Mexican hacker.
Yeah, definitely. The EMPs have been absolutely huge, getting like maximum value, but they're sticking the exact same comp, so they've got faith in it. Both teams obviously scrimmed this comp a lot and seen how to play it to expertise standard, and so far it's been a hell of a game, Billy. So I'm looking forward. Strap up. Let's get into this last round of Lijiang Tower. The hat comes onto the fallow Diva early. He's getting low, but he's getting topped up by his Mercy. You know, nothing too serious there to report to his team. He's backing off, getting that health back. Goldie looking for the hack, finds the fire in the sky, so Buffalo now got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He's directly in the face of Bonnie attack on this Winston. He's chasing him down. He's pursuing. Oh my god, that's so unfortunate. Poke only gets caught out in an unlikely situation, but nevertheless, that's a huge pick for the side of Worz, but it gets equaled out. Buffalo equally gets traded by Elvis Slays, and now this fight is taking its way up on the point here, Billy. They're looking for as much momentum as possible. They're building this in the way. Resurrection coming back onto Buffalo, but the Demon of Mech coming. Once again, this is a really scrappy backwards and forwards fight here, Billy. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. It's looking like either way, with one team getting one kill and then the other team finding the other. But needless to say, MME, what shot by Poke only. Oh my lord. The sticky bombs to the face. He's going to feel that one in the morning as MME are finally looking to the point. They're going to flip it in their way here, Billy.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the stall, once again, the point just now got captured. And you have to think with all the real just chaos of what's going on there. I'd love to be inside of their comms right now, because that is nasty what you're seeing. I mean, the focus fire is there, but you're also seeing a lot of individual plays come out.
Rocket Barrage. Oh no, he killed himself in the meantime, but he did take down Bananas for crazy, so there's the main amount of support gone. With these mines on the field, Elvis Slays pops that self-destruct just to clear them away and give his team a little bit of chance on the point, but with this EMP coming out, the sound barrier was cast perfectly to mitigate as much damage as humanly possible, but it did catch the people up, Billy. This is absolutely crucial. If they manage to bring this back in their favor, they could do this. Poconi's now copied the Mercy, I believe, unfortunately, but the self-destruct took him down and took down Elvis Slays' mech once and for all, so this may be looking like Worz have got the advantage here, Billy. They're going to bring this fight in their favor with the stall of Bonnie attack coming to an end relatively soon. As soon as Worz turn their attention to him, he's going to then fall down, and this should just be the point flip for Worz coming in their favor once the pesky monkey is dealt with.
I don't know if he's going to be dealt with. I mean, here comes the rest. Here comes the rest of MME into the fight. They're tagging in. Bonnie, you've done your job. Your stall was absolutely crucial. And now Rally, or I'm sorry, the Inspire Healing was keeping up the team very well, but the pile driver onto Banta taking that out. Self-destruct out from Elvis Slays, catching nobody, but really zoning out the point. 75% and counting. This is the stall of the ages right now.
Yeah. I mean, it goes to show that the first map was no real joke. These teams' ability to stall the point is absolutely incredible. And with this being said, MME are approaching last fight territory here. If they win this next fight here, Billy, they win the first map and go 1-up in the series. But this being said, both teams have got crucial looks to work with here. Pay attention to this pulse bomb if it can be huge. With this being said, the mines are thrown onto the point. They've just created as much space as humanly possible here. With this 99% being ticked, the fight for the wick is now taking place. You know, we're seeing this on the point right now. Bonnie attack getting really low. So is Elvis Slays. He's on the point. Inspire and Rally have both been popped to their full potential. Bonnie attack's now chilling on the top of the point. Self-destruct popped in the back line. This could crucial. No, it's not crucial. Speaker to say the caster's curse comes away. With this EMP catching free, this is looking like it's going to do it for MME. They've just got to focus their targets here. They've got to look crucial right here. Get these targets, and they've won this first map here, Billy, with the hat coming down onto volley on the end. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, MME win this first map in relatively good fashion on that last map.
Okay, so I'm going to need a cigarette and a shot of whiskey after that first map. Absolute chaos being shown by both teams, not ever wanting to really relinquish control of the maps as they got control. I gotta say, I think the tank play coming out of MME right now is the biggest factor in why they took that first map of Lijiang Tower. I think the Wrecking Ball definitely getting a lot of value, definitely getting the disruption into the backline like they want, but you have to be able to dislodge the tanks. And as we saw many times there, Bonnie on the Winston not moving an inch.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show the prowess and the absolute skill of Bonnie attack and why he's known as one of the best main tanks on PS4. The ability he had there to stall that out and bring his team left in was definitely the crucial tipping point that MME needed there to take this first map, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, it was just I'm loving the the Brigitte also, Mr. Banta on the Brigitte, showing some real class and ability to keep the tanks up when they do happen to be swarmed by the dive of Worz. It was a thing to see.
Yeah, definitely. But I believe we're going to be going into a short little break right now, ladies and gentlemen. Stay in the stream chat. You know, keep it popping, keep the comeback, get some snacks, come back, and enjoy these next couple maps. We'll see you guys in just a couple minutes. Okay, welcome back. From that first map, Billy, I'm absolutely boomed. You know, my voice is suffering from one side of it, but from your end, you must be loving life because that was a hell of a map.
It was indeed a hell of a map. Both sides showing a variant of dive, running a little Sombra dive from MME, and then running the metal dive from Worz with a Farah variant into it. We were talking about this in the break. The Lucio Mercy support core for Worz, not really able to keep their teams up. Do you think maybe running to a Moira or an Ana of their own would be a better choice in this situation?
I mean, potentially yes, but with that specific comp, it's all about, hyper aggression and making the most of the situations. But if you take out the Lucio in replace of an Ana, I believe she'll be left vulnerable to the dive from, Goldie on the Sombra and Poconi on the Echo. But keeping the Lucio does mitigate a lot of healing for them, having a Lucio Mercy. It's not common anymore. Maybe back in 2017 when it was hard stuff meta, but it's long gone from those days. It's 2020 right now, and I'm not sure it'll work out in their favor if they keep doing it.
Yep, indeed. So the side from Worz has decided that we're going to go to Germany. We're going to Eichenwald, and we've had a little bit of a side swap here as it looks like MME want to defend first. It looks like they want to see what they have to match or beat. What are your thoughts on that? Bullskunk and I always have this conversation of, do you attack first or do you defend first?
I mean, personally, I would defend first to know what, you set the bar, you know what you've got to beat, you know how to beat it, specific comp-wise, you've got a bit of time to play with. But it's not too bad of an idea for Worz because they're playing a high progressive comp. They want to be in these offensive situations. Even when they're going to be defending our field, they may take it to be, super aggressive with the Wrecking Ball, the Pharaoh, which we've seen them in pulling out a lot. But potentially, Eichenwald, we might see a more, bunker style comp. But I'm down for anything, I like dive, I like brawl, I like, as bad as it is, double shield sometimes. Don't flame me in the chat, everybody. But it's not the worst comp in the world. But yeah, I'm down to see whatever, Billy.
Well, let's find out where they're going to run. As we go to Eichenwald, we're going to see MME on the defense first. I want to see double shield come out. I love double shield. I'm a Marissa player main at heart. I love the donkey horse. That's what I call her. She's my girl. And I love the ability to be able to control play and control where players can or cannot go with the halt. I mean, the halt accretion, if you happen to run the Sigma into this, I think that's going to be, something that I want to see them run. But as we have the players come out, it looks like they're going to run the exact same comp that they ran on control for their defense. Bonnie attack on the Winston, Elvis Slays on the Diva again, Goldier on the Sombra, and Poconi on the Echo. Didn't see a lot of value from the Echo there though.
Yeah, I mean, with the Echo in this comp, I'm pretty sure, the main job is to just be a pain in the backside for the Farah the whole game. Not let the Farah do her main job. But, Billy, something interesting we get to see here. No more Lucio. They've then swapped this out for a Brig. And no more Wrecking Ball Diva. We see an Orisa Roadhog instead. What do you make of this?
I mean, that's a lot of damage that's going to be coming in. This singular shield of Bonnie attack, and they're going to have to really either be deceptive with how they defend and really choose their moments to go in. And I mean, what the real problem is going to be is the far in the sky. The sky ceiling is much higher here.
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying, that's a lot of damage. Phil Swift from the Flex Seal adverts on the TV would definitely be proud of this comp, being the amount of damage. South Bonnie attacks now got this in the fight. He's found the Orisa slip and he's put a bubble on top of it. So smart play, negating any healing. That then calls for the opposition Orisa, which is Junior. He then backs up, gets regrouped with his team, and this has just been a really slow little sort of poking war at the moment. As Bonnie attack gets pulled in, Not going to get pulled in by the Winston, but having a comp like this, the amount of damage just burst up onto his head, takes him down. And this looks like Worz are just going to steamroll their way up onto this point with Bananas for Crazy left in the backline on his own, unfortunately. And he gets taken down by the powerhouse that is Buffaloes on the Pharaoh.
I mean, this is just this is a mismatch of comps in the extreme.
Yeah.
You're going to have to figure out either to bring out a different shield tank. I mean, the Roadhog, you know, the hook ability from him, going to be able to pick out, you know, any of the support players on an instant. I mean, also hooking D.Va in and just bursting down damage there is also going to be something that we're going to be looking at. Will they be able to heal not only Bonnie but Elvis Slays up enough, or you know, is this just going to be a steamroll through the streets of Eichenwald?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're playing a comp that's designed to beat the composition you're running. But needless to say, Bonita gets nano boost and goes into the backline with this Brigitte getting biotic grenaded. That's easy pickings for the man. 2 people biotic grenaded with a nano Winston. You know, you're just loving life in that situation. He's now turns his attention to Junior on the Arissa. He's just trying to back out. Unfortunately, gets taken down by Mr. Banter, the persuasive Swedish female, just chasing him down. Not much he can do there.
Indeed, and I mean, you know, already has another Primal Rage ready to go. Elvis Slays is going to come up on the self-destruct before the next fight really breaks out. You got to be looking for the win condition of it being EMP self-destruct, depending on how many they get into that. But Bullfoos can put a definite crack into that armor.
Self-destruct the EMP. Only finds one, so Elvis Slays takes out the Mercy, but with this Brigitte falling down, this looks like MME just going to roll over this fight here, Billy. What a fight for them. That was very, very useful. But Bonnie popping the prime at the end, I'm not sure that was necessarily called for, but he's going to get another one pretty soon, so it's all fine.
I mean, I think putting the nano boost onto your Winston to get that ult charge up, I think that they're just going to use that as a battery and as a speed boost to get him towards that. But what a pick from Bullfoos on the Farah.
I mean, as we say this, Bananas for Crazy caught in an unlikely situation, gets taken down before the fight even begins. With this said, Bonita gets taken down with the pursuit damage of the rocket barrage in the sky, gets taken down by Goldie A, but that's just too little too late for MME, and Worz finally get a bit of momentum on this payload here, Billy.
Indeed, I mean, they had just a massive amount of time going into this, and I mean, looking at Poconi going in 1v6, that is a foolhardy move, to say the least. Bring out a Junkrat. Bring out something else than what you're showing right now. Get rid of the shield, because, I mean, they're having problems getting around the shield. Yeah,
I mean, don't ask Poco to bring out the Junkrat. He's known for being a very good Junkrat on the EU ladder. He even calls himself the Punkrat in certain situations. But needless to say, Bonita gets caught in a really bad situation and gets out with 5 HP, a sliver of health. He's now just backed off to his team to help out the Elvis Slays, who takes down the Roadhog. So that's a really good pick. But with Poco only coming back, he copies the Orisa. So the value from having an Orisa, you've now got 3 tanks on the battlefield. With this Bongo being placed, that's just so much damage. And finally, Billy, this is a really, really good hold for MME here.
I mean, the duplicate coming out from Pogoni onto Janir. The opposition's Orisa getting the bongos pretty quickly after that duplicate. I see the value of it, and I like it. Now, can you bring out a little something different? I think that just the Echo right now, not in the best place.
Yeah. But needless to say, he's going to be charging this ult really quick, so that copy being so crucial is just so dominant. He's going to get one every couple of fights, but a good thing to note here, Billy, keep in mind, Scoldy 8 is on the Sombra, so they've noticed Turkey with this whole hog. He pops it and finds 2. Somehow Poco only fell off the map or stuck himself with his own bombs. Not really too sure what happened there, but Goldie is committing an EMP. This may not be the best idea in the world, but with Elvis Slays noticing this, he throws in his Salta Shook. Can't find too many though, so that's just Worz cleaning up these team fights with MME not having the best play there with a couple misused ultimates.
Yeah, I mean, you probably want to have that barrage back, or I'm sorry, the Primal Rage that was used before, and the EMP self-destruct combo wasn't really coordinated the way you would like to see. Just a quick, too fast press of the triangle button, and that's going to yank them down fast. That is a great hack, though, going on to Turkey, and yeah, deleted. Back to spawn, you go.
Yeah, definitely. With that hack coming the way, this has given MMA an opportunity to go on the aggressive right here. Poke only manages to find Buffaloes on that Farah, but Billy coming into this fight, they're just cleaning up these kills, and I've noticed something in the top of my screen. We're seeing a Reaper now on the battlefield, so this is directly to just deal with the tanks and the progressive power of MMA that they have. But coming into this last couple fight now, MMA looking really, really strong here, Billy.
What a jump attack there from Bonnie. Attack taking Flex's, you know what, out of the game. That's Reaper Swap are already quarter way to the Death Blossom. I think Goldier is going to have to keep a real eye on where he decides to transport to. But looking at the ultimate advantage right now, obviously in the favor of MME, but Supercharger could change the fortune really fast.
Sure, it's coming in EMP. This is going to catch a couple. Oh, it doesn't catch anybody somehow, but it leaves Judy in a really bad situation. So they managed to take him out on body attacks now. Primal Raging slapping his official counter into a wall, but he gets taken down pretty low. Getting topped up by his team. The Resurrection coming out on the Junior. Goldie finds the Reaper. Flex is now down out of the fight. Factor on this Brigitte getting a whip shot upon the Alvis's skull. Not something you want to see every day, but needless to say here, Billy Poke only copied the Mercy and has gone to pocket the rest of his team. This man's realizing supports do it for him all the time, and now he's been a DPS return in the favor. Bonnie Attack pulled in onto the opposition team. The fight is now just taking its way up onto the point here, Billy, and we're just seeing Bonnie Attack fall due to the power and the prolescence of this Reaper Roadhog combination here, Billy.
Oh my goodness, I mean, they really negated the Supercharger there. They could have got a lot more push on that, but man, the push is real now. Coming up on a minute left in the time bank, and you've got to think, will there be any kind of ultimate to kind of stall what's going on here? Flexes, you know what, could drop the Death Block at any second.
Yeah, but needless to say, the Rocket Barrage may prove to just be enough, getting the double kill and allows Junior to get a double kill of his own. And there it is, Worz capping third point with a decent, a respectable time bank here, Billy. 42 seconds is not to be pushed over in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely not. But the stall being shown in the Streets phase of Eichenwald from MME, they stalled a good 4 minutes in the Streets phase, and that really knocked down what could have been a considerable time bank for Worz. So let's see what the offense is going to be for MME here as we get reset and get our cameras back to the start. I think that they're really well versed on what they are playing. Compositional changes could be the flavor du jour, though. I think that bringing out some kind of hit scan to deal with Bolfus might be the best thing that MME could do for their composition right now.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to quote it, but the attacking team, which is MMA in this situation, looking like they're going to pull a pretty similar comp. But, Billy, take a look at the defenders here for us and, really dissect what they're going down. We're seeing a McCree and a Farah. How is this going to play out?
I think that you use the flashbang from McCree to really deny Goldier's Sombra play because just getting so much value on the hacker. I like the Roadhog hook again, the shield break potential, especially with the Wimpy bubble that Winston has now. A couple of left triggers onto that, and that's going to say bye-bye to that only bit of shielding they have.
Yeah, definitely. And with the the gates opening, MMA are on their attack. They've got everything to play for here, being one up in this situation. The series already in the grand final of the Tier 6 EU PS4 CGL game. They're going to be looking to want to set a record time in here to really, crush Worz down into the ground. But this being said, Goldier's now found himself on a flank. He turns his attention to hacking the Arista, so this is the initiation for Bonnie attacking Alvis Slays. But saying that, Billy, Alvis Slays get taken down, and so does Goldie, so this may already be the dive being shut down for the side of MME, and the power and proliferant play of the anti-dive from Worz just coming in their favor, and they're now just going to turn their attention to staggering Alvis Slays in this situation.
I mean, that is anti-dive at its finest, and I mean, just a even later stagger kill onto Elvis Slays is going to make the reset that much longer. And you've got to think, how are they going to aggress on this point? How are they going to get Arissa down? That's the first person they really need to focus out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the idea of hacking the Arissa and jumping upon her, Bonnie attack, putting his bubble down, stops all the heals, but the smart play Junior did there was just, back up to his Brigitte, back up to his safety cushion as you would, and just stay alive from the dive. You've not got enough damage to really burst him down unless your team is, on point and absolutely crucial. But needless to say here, Billy, Bonnie Attack jumps up onto this high ground to get a position of dominance sort of here. Gets booped back down, so that's every Winston's worst nightmare, getting booped from the high ground back down to the real world on the ground. Deadeye coming out great, from Bananas for crazy. That man just pulled a really good play there. Alvis Slays gets the nano boost as well. He's looking for the damage, turns his attention to the Farah, just shooting her off to the side, but maximum range, not going to do too much damage, but turn our attention to the point. EMP catches 5 people here, Billy. That's absolutely massive. MME needs to be crucial right here and get this fight in their favor, but finding Factor is definitely the right way to go about this, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, hacked out of a barrage as well. I mean, Goldier is putting on a somber clinic right now. They've almost got the full capture here. They've just got to deal with a couple of stragglers. Bomb is going to be taken out, but Supercharger is keeping people up and really intensifying this defense. But Slays is going to go ahead and get in there, get the Supercharger, get the Cowboy, and we'll see what happens next.
I mean, finally, Alvis Slays having a really good performance right here, but 4 people are left alive on the point here, Billy, so don't count out Worz just yet. With Bonnie Attack coming back in, he gets taken down, and with Banter being down as well, this may be the smelling the end of this potential point cap from MME. I mean, Worz, they defended so well being down in that situation.
The stack of the ultimates is what really was the turning point of that, and being able to aggress back into the point. I think that they missed it by 1 or 2 little hits onto the defenders here, and I mean, Pokeoni decided to duplicate the Farah in the middle of that last fight, and didn't even get a barrage off. That is a duplicate fail. You're wanting to get at least one of those ultimates.
Yeah, but needless to say, EMP comes out, catches 3 people with this Bonnie Attack, getting this nano boost. He's now turned his attention to Junior on this Everest. He gets taken down. Deadeye from the top. Oh, no. You don't love to see that, I can tell you that much. Although the fight was going to go in the way of MME in the end, Worz just decided to give them the point for free in that situation and thought, you know what, we'll just give it you here and we'll contest a little bit later on and see how you like that.
Oh, that is a late stagger kill coming from Pokeoni onto Ficator, the Brigitte for Worz, and holding onto the rally there. I think that they make their stand here from above. You've got to watch Pokeoni, though. Pokeoni versus Bullfus is turning out to be a aerial dogfight of the finest flavor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, back when planes were used so often, this is giving it a run for its money. But needless to say, Alvis Slays get hooped in and absolutely whole-hogged into oblivion. The Met getting taken down. And this just looked like Worz are going to have a really solid, really dominant fight here, Billy, off the back of that great rally from Ficator.
I mean, just get out, get back with your team, and go again, because the hook was real, the whole hog was real, and the rally, really beefing them up. They're not going to have that for the next fight, but they do have a couple of ultimates to stymie the push that's going to be coming from MME here. I want to see where Pokeoni goes next with this duplicate.
Yeah, Bonnie Attack and Alvis of Slays, they took it upon themselves to take the high ground off of Worz right here. They jumped up onto the high ground, but Pokeoni finds Flexer, thou shall not be named at the end. And the starter shot coming in from Benner's place takes down the other DPS. That's an absolute masterclass of a bomb right there. And this is MME just going to win this fight out. Pretty simple, just off the back of some great play, Billy.
Indeed, and look at the rally being chosen, the support player being duplicated, getting that extra armor increase for everybody. I really like to see that coming out. Double rally looks like it was pulled as the duplicate and the actual Brigitte decided to do that.
EMP finds 5 people. That's absolutely massive. But Junior has now found himself in a really bad situation. Gets taken down on the point. So this is MME looking. Oh, the resurrection. He's so sneaky. He gets it off. Junior is now back alive on the point, and he's now got this bongo. He pops it straight away. So this has got Worz every opportunity. But Bonnie Attack makes it his primary focus to take it down. He jumps up on the air. He's looking for as much cleave as humanly possible. Rocket Barrage coming in. Gets hacked. What a great hack by Goldier. That's absolutely incredible. But Worz may just be looking to pull this back in their favor. But Pokeoni finds the double kill. He may bring this back for his team. With Bonnie Attack having this last-ditch primal rage, they could just do this. The car is slowly but surely being pushed. The Bob, everybody's favorite Omnic Butler, is now in the back line, and Goldier is slowly pushing this on the point, turns his attention to Ficator on this Brigitte right here, Billy, and we may just see MME take this point right here.
I mean, the staggered aggression right now is being just absolutely dominant right here. And the cleave damage coming out of Bonnie is just huge. Anti-nades being thrown in there as well. What a fantastic capture of point B. minute 45 in the tank. They've got 3 ultimates ready. They could really nail this EMP self-destruct. I think that will spell curtains for what we're seeing from Worz on the defense.
Yeah, definitely. But once again, we've seen Flexer, thou shall not be named at the end, swap over to the Reaper. But oh my god, what a masterclass. Pull hook combination, absolutely crucial. Venoslays gets D-Max in the payload. Oh my god, that almost would have been absolutely spellbound if that played for EMP. Oh my lord, that's disgusting. Goldier, take a bow. That was an absolute godly EMP. He pulls it in his favor. And MME, maybe you're going to cap this with more time than Worz left on the bank here, but he looks like it's going to take place, and it does. So MME with a better time bank in the end.
24 seconds. That's about 2 walkbacks from spawn on the first point of Eichenwald. So they're going to have a little bit of an advantage here. You know, I'm liking what Flex as that shall not be named. It sounds so much better coming from you. It almost sounds very Harry Potter-ish when they're referring to Voldemort. I had to throw that out there. That's fantastic. I'm giggling every time you do it. But I just, wow. I mean, individual play aside, I think that the cleave coming from MME is that much more vital in the mid fights. Bonnie is jumping up and down, getting around the shielding, the focus fire coming into them. And I mean, how many primal rages did we see that attack phase? I think we saw 5 or 6.
Yeah, I lost count of the amount that was coming this play, so that just goes to put the nail in the coffin of what you were saying.
So I mean, defensively, yeah, they're going to show us the same thing here, and I mean, why not? It's been working. The hacks coming out of Goldier, absolutely spot on, and I'm also liking the sleeps coming out of Bananas for Crazy. Bananas slept a high noon and also slept a barrage.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the individual skill MME has to show on here is just brilliant, but that's not saying anything away from Worz. You know, they're running more of a standard composition here, but MME just making this dive work so well against a comp that's designed to stop dive here, Billy. So with this being said, MME now just looking for Bonnie attack, puts down the bubble, just the same old tactic. Oh my god, Bananas for Crazy, take a bow. What a biotic grenade. Gets thrown in, absolutely Kobe from the skies, drops down by 3 people. And what else can you say other than well done?
Brilliant analysis there from Spacy. Too soon on the Kobe. We're still reeling from that over here across the pond. But I see what you mean. It was a jump shot and a view.
Yeah. I mean, rest his soul. Needless to say, the legacy will go down forever. But we're back in Overwatch here. Bonnie attack turns his attention to Buffalo on that Pharah. Somehow a Winston takes down a Pharah. You don't see that every day. But needless to say, it's good either way. Oh, that was rhymed. I didn't even intend that. But nevertheless, Bonnie attack just taking down people left, right, and center here, Billy. He's a one-man wrecking crew. He gets another. Oh my god. The Winston from Bonnie attack being absolutely crucial here as the overtime alarm is sounded upon the point, and Mr. Banter's now in a support 2v1 with him and Bananas for Crazy against Vacator and Violi. But Alvis Slays throws the self-destruct on the point, and Goldie takes down Violi. So once again, this looks like MME are going to hold strong, and hold strong they will here, Billy. They're going to just pull this back in their favor. The hack coming down to the Wrecking Ball. Junior gets taken down, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. MME holds really, really well.
I mean, there was not much else to say there. I think that, you know, the anti-nade's coming from I'm Bananas, or Bananas for Crazy, just absolutely spot on. You couldn't place them much better unless you were in OWL. I mean, if you were in the Overwatch League, I think that's the kind of on play that you would see. Sign the kid up.
I mean, yeah, he considers himself one of the most underrated players on the PS4, and I know he's going to hate me for saying this because it gets memed sometimes, but, you know, I said it anyway. You know, you can't really come at me in the casting zone in this situation. I'm not really too bothered. But needless to say, Billy, MME have been pulling this dive off really, really well. And I've seen something, you know, the Mystic Dark Arts are being pulled out by Worz in this situation. The Bastion has been pulled out. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but, you know, if it works, it works. What can you say? I
mean, based upon the shielding, this should be a full hold, unless they get the hack into the Bastion and take care of him. This is going to be Flex's fudge. You know what is going to be fast as you know what.
Yeah, definitely. But With this being said, Billy, not having 2 shields may prove to be, you know, the hubris, the absolute downfall of Worz in this situation. Usually you see a Sigma or even a Rhino partnered with the Orisa here just to put as much shield into the Bastion as possible. With the Orisa shield having 600 HP, I believe, it's not always going to be the case. You know, he's still got a solid bit of protection, but the main thing MME have to do here is really just wait for Pokeoni to burst down the shield and go for it. But oh my god, Turkey, what a great pick onto Goldie 8. That shuts down the fight before it even begins, Billy.
Indeed, and that is probably one of their win conditions, is to get in there and hack the Bastion, or take care of Turkey. Get one pick and see where you go from there.
Yeah.
Also, they've also brought out the Baptiste here for the supports, so that's going to keep up said Omnic Warrior much longer.
Yeah, I mean, Goldie A pulling a pretty, eyebrow raising, trailblazing, as The Rock used to say, pick here. He's whipped out the Soldier 76, the big man of Overwatch himself, the legs, as many people like to refer to it. But that's an extra bit of range damage. But the Sombra, the hack was so vital and so crucial. But with 20 seconds to go, it may be the right call here, Billy. As MME, they're just looking to set this on the point. It's now one fight territory for both teams, setting up on this point. The Pharmacy reigning supreme. Buffalo in the sky is about to get a rocket barrage. This may prove to be crucial with Alvis Slaves. Met going down, but Flex, thou shalt not be named, gets taken down by Goldie. But Buffalo is just bringing this back in his favor. Goldie finds him, so this could be huge. If this works out in their favor, Goldie may just save the day for them. But the resurrection coming on to Flex gets him back up in the fight. Goldie just doing laps of the point right now with the legs, with the Soldier 76, and I think we may be seeing a draw here, Billy.
I think we are going to see the draw here, as busting out the cursed image of a Bastion. Yeah, I mean, that's cheese at its finest, and it gets them what they want. They only get a draw out of it though, so MME is still ahead 1-0. As we go to our next map type, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break here, but don't go away. We'll be back with more Overwatch action in just a moment.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I'm Spacy, joined by Billy. And Billy, so far we've seen an absolute spellbounder of a series, really backwards and forwards from both of these teams here, with MME being up by 1-0 from that last map being a draw.
Yeah, indeed. And I mean, the defense was real coming out of Worz there, bringing out the cursed Bastion, which I mean, it works, and they got what they needed out of it. So to clear up, since they were the last one to lose a map, we went ahead and gave them the opportunity to pick the next map, and giving MME the chance of attack or defense. We're going to stay the way we are, and we're going to head to nice, cold Volskaya. We're going to see MME on the defense first. And, based upon what we've seen so far, other than bringing out a Bastion to deal with Bonnie, they haven't been able to stop the cleave at all.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the dive from MME has been so good. There's not really much you can really say about that, other than it's been pretty much perfect, from down to Goldie A on the Sombra and Bonnie and Alvis on the 2 tanks. It's been an absolute masterclass, Billy.
Yeah, and in fact, I want to see more. I want to see more, and I really want to see what is going to come out of Volskaya here.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, but with this being said, Billy, taking a look at the team comps that are coming out from the side of Worz, they're on the attack, so they've decided to make a real... I mean, we've seen this before from them here, Billy, but the DPS have actually switched roles, if I remember this correctly.
Indeed, we did see Bolfus on the Pharah primarily throughout the first 2 maps. So seeing a Flex go over to the Pharah here, we'll see how versed they are in the arts of the winged Egyptian. Yeah. And I mean, the hack is going to be real.
Maybe Flex isn't as good on the Reaper. That may be the reason he's on the Pharah, and Buffalo's, he's on the Reaper, just to deal with Bonnie attack being the absolute powerhouse he is on this Winston. But the hack coming out early onto Violi, Goldie A just doing what the Mexican hacker does. He's just being a pain in the backside, hacks them up. But Bonnie attack's now on his high ground of choice. The anti-grenade coming out takes Junior down to literal critical HP there, Billy. So that's crucial that he backed up. Oh my god. Gets taken down by Goldie A. This man is absolutely everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. He's in your back line, he's in the front, he's at the side, the left, the right. He's just doing absolutely everything with Alvis Slays, keeping this in mind. He boots Turkey off the map, and this is a huge advantage for MME coming into this fight. Bananas for Crazy lands another clutch anti-nade upon to Junior, and there's not much they can really do. The tanks of Worz are just getting absolutely ruined at the moment from this dive comp from MME, Billy.
Yeah, and Pogoni's going to have to watch themselves as they are getting really focused down by Junior on the Orisa. And, I mean, ultimate battle right now clearly in favor of MME. You do have Flex giving close onto this barrage. I want to see how they path and position themselves to get the most efficaciousness out of that ultimate.
What a pull. Banner Slayers gets taken down immediately, and then Flex takes down Banana Crazy up on the sidelines. I'm not sure if we caught that, but nevertheless, Worz just pulling this back in their absolute favor, and Buffalo getting a couple kills to his name in the kill feed. And that is quite a good fight for Worz there, Billy, if I do say so myself.
Well, I completely, wholeheartedly agree with you on that. And Facator going over to the Moira instead of the Brigitte, really beefing up the support line now for Worz, and you've got to think that is going to be something that will have to be dealt with in quick order by MME. I think, the bash coming from Mr. Banta will definitely keep them from wraithing out. This EMP is going to have to be huge to stop the aggression, though.
Yeah, definitely. EMP is big in itself. It finds 3 people, and with Buffalo taking down, this may just be the beginning and the end for Worz on this fight here, Billy. Alvis Slays goes into the backline, takes down Junior, and now turns his attention to the point, looking for this pharmacy in the sky, just being a pain in the backside. He gets hacked, but Banana's Crazy and Goldier both get taken down, so maybe the team synergy was not on point there, which, we've seen it be really good so far this series, but maybe in that situation, it may cost him. Poke only gets pulled, copies the Road Dogg. He's now turned it on himself to bring the pain and bring the fury onto that opposition. Road Dogg whole hogs them into a corner. That's what you love to see if you're an Echo player.
I mean, got the value, got the ultimate up, got the kill that they needed, and I like what I saw there. That is a very well coordinated attack and using the duplicate to perfection. 4 ultimates online almost for the defenders, and you're going to be looking at this this barrage. Goldier's got to be scouting him out right now.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to be looping. He's going to be the main man, the scout. Everybody wants one on your team, and everybody hates to play against a pesky Sombra. But needless to say, Bonnie, Attack, and Poke only putting on absolute skill and show for them right here, taking down 4 kills for themselves. MME holding strong once more.
And this is what you like to see. And they are going ahead and just securing all these kills. Poke Oni already 65% to another duplicate off the basis of 1 team fight.
Yeah.
Getting loads of value out of the newest hero here in our Overwatch realm, and I don't know how long Flex's should stay on this far because they're getting 0 value out of it right now.
But, they've got the Rocket Barrage, so this will be the thing to look out for here. But also, Goldier, near this EMP, 90% coming up, he'll get it this fight. Poke only manages to charge his duplicate, but Alvis Slays now is just on babysit duty for Bananas Crazy, who's getting pressured by the Pharah. Banta pops this rally and is now helping his team out. Bonita gets taken down due to the absolute power of the whole hog and the bongo from the Orisa. Road Dogg, Turkey finds Alvis Slays, and the Self-Destruct was not too much, and Worz have got a really good opportunity to take this here, still having the Barrage and the Death Blossom to work with. I don't even think they can touch. Oh my god, a 5-man EMP. This may prove to be absolutely crucial if they're managing to stall this. Bonnie attacks back on this Wrecking Ball. Banana Crazy takes down Flex, what, on the back line, and the Wrecking Ball is just going to be spinning around, but playing against an Orisa, Road Dogg is just going to get pulled off of Oblivion. Reaper uses that Death Blossom and Rocket Barrage coming in from the sky, so the enemy AC-130 inbound, that is the Pharah, proved to be so dominant in that situation.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess they held on to it just the right amount of time, using it at the last moment needed to get the last amount of capture progress. Didn't see the Blossom come out. I did not see Bolthus's
I think it was just
Blossom
at the end as he demeched Alvis on the Diva.
They were getting a ton of value onto the tanks.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily a killing DPS player, but really whittling the cooldowns out of MME during the mid fight. And there was just not enough sustain to keep them up in the middle of that. Bananas for Crazy just getting decimated every time they came in. The focus was definitely on the Ana player.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea of the comp, the downfall and the uprising of that composition. You leave your Ana, alone with Mr. Banter on this Brigitte going to help his tanks, but with Banana being on his own, he's submissive to the constant barrage of attacks from Flex, on the Pharah to, you know, there's not much he can really do about it in that situation. If he gets the huge anti-nades, he's the MVP. If he dies first, he's you know, he's kind of throwing in that situation. But needless to say, it's been really good so far, Billy.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. And so let's take a look at what we got coming out for the defense. Looks like we're seeing the exact same thing except for Cater. Going back to the Brigitte, I think the rally is what they are really playing for in this, and the Inspire healing. No changes, though, from either side. It looks like we're going to keep the same concept we saw on the attack phase for Worz. Mirrored again.
Bonnie Attack taking the leap of faith in that situation, knowing there's a Road Dogg constantly looking for his big gorilla booty in that situation, trying to pull him in, get as much value as humanly possible off of that. And now we're just seeing the play coming from, you know, MME in this situation. Bonnie Attack jumps up, tries to take down the Pharaoh, but Turkey takes down Goldier, and Flex, you know what, gets taken down on the sidelines. But we're seeing Buffalo just TP into the backline, turns his attention to Banana for Grace, but that is great peel from Bonnie Attack and Mr. Banner, saving his Anna, saving his life, maybe keeping them in this fight, but a pick coming the way to Poco, and he may just be, you know, the downfall in this situation here, Billy. Bonnie's getting really low himself, just to the suppressive fire of Buffalo on this Reaper, but somehow Mr. Banter goes through the whole team and takes down Violi on this Mercy. I'm not sure quite how that brutally happened, but, you know, we'll be able to see it later on. But needless to say, Bonnie Attack and Alvis Slay, putting in an absolute masterclass here on the tanks. They're taking people down left, right, and centre. And with Mr. Banter being on this point right here, Billy, they finally look like they're going to cap this MME.
They have, well, no, not when Poconi is watching your flank. They are going to go ahead and capture this with a massive amount of time. 5:41 going into point B of Volskaya, the Lovers Point, as we call it in the Xbox North American realm. Lovers go to Volskaya point B. You've got Bomb, you've got Primal Rage on board. Duplicate not too far behind that, but Goldier gets scouted out by Flex's you know what. Takes a rocket to the dome.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody wants to take a direct rocket to the head. It's not going to be, it's going to be I can't even speak, detrimental to your health in that situation. You know, taking a rocket directly to the face, what can you say other than that's going to hurt? But needless to say, he's managed to charge a rocket barrage off of that, Billy, as the Salty Shot comes in, trying to find, oh my god, that was absolutely beautiful. Definitely, you know, Lover's Point. I'm in love with that right there, as you mentioned. Alvis Slays now turns his attention to the Reaper, takes him down, a Bonnie Attack with this Primal Age, slapping it. That's certain dominance. He's now on the point. Poker only copied that Reaper, so he's going to be 10% off that copied Death Blossom. He's got it, but I don't know if he's got an opportunity to use it. He may just want to use it. Yeah, he does. He's trying to get as much value off this as possible. Mr. Banter popping this rally. Flex, you know what, gets taken down in the sky, and the hat comes up onto Turk, and this looks like they're going to be able to do it for them here, Billy.
Yeah, and they're going to have a massive amount of time. Supercharger was invested, but that is a huge anti-nade coming in from Bananas for Crazy. That should seal the point here. Oh my goodness, it's real. It's the EMP is real. There it is. Yeah.
MME capping with an absolutely massive time bank of 3 minutes 53. That's what you want. I mean, Billy, just to note, we were talking about Bananas for Crazy a little bit before that round, kind of, you know, pushing him under the dirt, being this Ana player, being left in the background. But that biotic grenade he hit there was, that was the absolute iceberg in that situation, the tipping point for them, and they definitely made use of it.
It was a dagger and a butte, and I just absolutely love that play. But it really started with the self-destruct EMP, or the self-destruct being thrown kind of off to the left-hand angle, taking the pharmacy out unaided, and saving the EMP for the capture of the point. I mean, they played that to perfection. The snowball was real. I think it would have come a little bit faster had they had Goldier not taken that rocket to the dome.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, it's an almost 2-minute time differential between the two teams, and man, seeing the defense, we're seeing the same compositions. The real question is, are they going to be able to stop the aggression coming in and the shielding from Junior or Janier on this Orisa? And they brought out their own Sombra. Flexes, you know what, is showing his flex in the DPS role and going to another hero here. And I like the mirroring of the Sombra.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not able to scout this out early, this could be detrimental to Bonnie Attack's survival in the situation. If he goes in to play this aggressive style he's been doing the entire game, or even Elvis Slays, if they get hacked up, they're left for dead in that situation. There's not much you can really do. So you'd expect Goldier to be maybe to scout this out, but it seems like the Sombra's turning his attention to just flanking at the moment, rolling around on the backline. But saying this, they've walked their way onto the point here, have Worz, they're setting up. The Biotic Grenade once again being absolutely massive. Oh no! Poke only gets taken down in the backline somewhere. He's been caught slipping. He's been caught daydreaming on the job, so to say here, Billy. They've caught them out in this situation, and both DPS are now down for the side of MME. They're on the point, but I don't think they've got anything left in the tank to hold them. With this Road Dogg being alive now, that's so crucial, being left alive, and I think Worz are going to take this point here, Billy.
I think it's already a done matter here, and I mean, Brigitte should just jump off the side or try to kill the Mercy, as it were, but you're going to lose her life in that situation, 1v4. And you just were an ultimate battery for them. I mean, I kind of call the Roadhog a battery ultimate battery as well, because he's so tanky, he's so slow. You can really charge up your ultimates off of it. Look at Bonnie Attack, so low. They're gonna have to get some healing into them.
Definitely. Bonnie Attack dropping low just to the suppressive fire of the Pharmacy, and the Road Dogg. It's so much having, you know, oh my god, what a pull. Turkey, absolutely crucial there. Takes down Goldier, and he was only 50% to the EMP, so not the biggest deal in the world, but a fallow EMP comes out. Flex, you know what? Definitely getting the advantage of Goldie in this Sombra 1v1. He got his EMP off before Goldie even got 50%. This being said, Goldie's now swapped over to the Doomfist to come in and contest. Oh my god, he got slept out the barrage. Unfortunately, Buffalo, you're just not going to have the value you intended to do there, my friend. But needless to say, Bonnie Attack's now on the point, slapping people around, being absolutely dominant on this Winston, not getting the most value in the world, but Goldie on the Doomfist finds a huge punch onto Flex, you know what, and he's managing to maybe bring this back to the team as Poke only uses the death beam, some people like to call it, to take down the Pharmacy. And with Facator on this Lucio coming back into this fight here, they may be able to pull this back, but I think MME may have this here, Billy.
Yeah, I think MME with the swaps being shown out there, I like the swap to the Doomfist, you know, the one hit potential. That's the one thing that we have really not seen, is the one hit potential coming from either team. 7 seconds left on the clock. You've got to watch for Turkey swapping over to the Wrecking Ball.
The Mercy has to go and touch, and so does Turkey to back this up. But Elvis Slays caught himself in a really bad situation, but I think this might just be enough. Bonnie Attack and Mr. Banner securing these kills for their team may just prove to be the deciding point here, and, you know, they're just on the point. Poke only copies the Arist. They're going to get this bongo, and there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, MME managed to hold on the second point with 53.1% capped. Billy, that was really, really good.
That was really, really good. I mean, they for the amount of time that they had, I think that's an acceptable amount of progress on point B.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have to match it, but I mean, almost 4 minutes to capture 1.5 points of Volskaya, based upon what we saw them do on their speed run through the first time they were on the attack. I think that it's a very reachable goal for them. I want to see what Worz comes out on the defense. I like the Sombra mirror. I think that was absolutely magnificent of them to mirror that.
No.
Oh no,
Billy, we've seen it again. The Dark Arts have been pulled out. He's literally recreating Harry Potter at this point. The Dark Arts and Thou Shalt Not Be Named Flex. It's pretty much Voldemort at this point, pulling out the Bastion. What else can you say other than you hate to play against it, but you love it when it's on your team?
Well, there's going to be more room for Goldier to operate here, though. The point, while it is roughly the same size, there are more areas to be able to translocate out of.
Yeah, definitely.
If you do feel the pressure. But the coordination of the dive onto Flex is going to have to be just absolutely immaculate.
Yeah, I mean, you've set it out for them. Hopefully they'll be listening. But with the 3-minute stream delay, you know, they're not going to be able to take your advice that you've just given. But nevertheless, Billy, this is it. This is do or die for MME right now. They need to have a really good performance here to go 2-up in the series. Otherwise, Worz will bring it back 1-1. But, you know, they're in this fight right here. The Pharmacy just doing what Pharmacy does, getting early shots off on the sky, trying to get this barrage as fast as humanly possible. Poke only now playing from absolute maximum range, just doing as much damage as possible. Bonnie Attack and Elvis Slays have now gone up onto the high ground to deal with Turkey upon that high ground. And the fight's now starting. They found the Bastion in this situation. You know, the man with the Dark Arts, Thou Shalt Not Be. A huge biotic grenade from Banner. Crazy. That's forced out the Immortality field early, but, you know, Turkey's getting really, really low. He doesn't get taken down, but Elvis Slays loses his mech. This is huge for the side of Worz. They may be able to just take this just off of that alone here, Billy.
Yep, and I mean that has to signal the retreat immediately. I think that a focus target other than Flex, as you know what, really needs to be on the Violi. Taking the Mercy out in this
Yeah.
situation would be a first point of contention. Second, you got to get Facator off of this Baptiste and the biotic grenade forcing the immortality field out. Huge play there, and if they would have been able to capitalize on that, I think we would be looking at some capture progress. But it's going to be tough goes here.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure Goldie swapping over to the Soldier 76. We talked about earlier, the legs. It gives you this extra bit of range, but you lose all the value from the hacks and the EMP that the Sombra provides here, Billy. But nevertheless, Bonnie attacks now finding his way onto the point. He gets nano boosted. He's going in. Poke only gets a beautiful pick, but the rest. Oh, he takes the Mercy down as well. This is huge. Got Poke only proving to be an absolute dominant force on the Echo right here. Oh, it's all blue in the kill feed. They managed to take it in their way. Not blue. Oh, my color binding's different. Never mind. I can't remember. That's just how it is, and that was a really good fight for them.
Indeed, and I like just the push forward. I think Goldier bringing the legs out for the shield break potential over the hacking and pumping the Helix rockets into it, and then just the straight hit scan into the shielding. You can't keep your shield up that long if you've got that much damage coming into it.
Yeah, I mean, Flex has now swapped around a little bit. He went from the Bastion to the Echo to now a Tracer. But I think he's going to be sticking with the Tracer, as we saw from our first map, Lijiang Tower. He was playing Tracer quite a lot, and his main goal here is to just go into the backline, assassinate Bananas for Crazy, and stop those huge biotic grenades coming out. If you give Bananas for Crazy the room to play, he's going to punish you like he's been doing the whole time. But Poconi takes Boofalu's down really, really low, but he gets topped up by his Mercy. Self-destruct coming in. Will it find Minute? Oh my god, it finds one. That's huge for Cater. This Brigitte now gets taken down. Rocket Barrage, though, it's an answer to itself. He takes down Poconi, but now the rally on the point. This may be the beginning of the end for the side of Worz. MMA looking really, really strong right here. They take down Roadhog, and Mr. Bandit having an absolute masterclass on this Brigitte right now. He's now just got to clutch up and kill the rest of the people for his team, and I think they may be able to do it here, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, the pharmacy is still alive. Here comes the capture progress. They're going to have to get in there and get in there fast. We are almost to that crucial point where they're going to take this over, but Wrecking Ball coming out. The stall is real. Sticky Bomb's coming out. Take out Bolfu. The res is not available.
Yeah. And with this said, the Wrecking Ball and Roadhog have now been able to get up on the point, so MME've got to clutch up and focus these targets, as it looks like they're doing here, Billy. They take down 3 people. This may be it. This may be what they've been waiting for, the glory and the absolute must to get this point. As you were saying earlier, Lover's Peak, they're definitely in love with themselves right now. They're seeing to do this as much as possible. The Sticky Bomb's coming out onto Facator on this Lucio. He gets taken down. This is it. MME go up 2-0 in this series. The first of 4 MME are now 2 map points away from winning this entire thing, Billy.
Oh my goodness. The stall was real, and I thought that just for a split second, they had a Facator had come up very close to a sound barrier, but was deleted by a pair of Sticky Bombs. And wow, I mean, just the focus fire coming in from Bonnie, just launching themselves into the back line of Worz and just disrupting the entire focus of the defense, and it just fell. It just fell like a house of cards. Once Facator was down, once Bolfus was down on the Farah, your real damage dealers were gone, and that spelled the end. And now we're up 2-0.
I mean, what else can you say other than MME? Definitely, the mountain. They're putting on a mountain-sized performance here, and Worz have definitely got a mountain to climb to get back up into this, Billy. But with this said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be thrown to a short little break right now, just a couple minutes, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the short little break. We had a few technical difficulties we just had to sort out, but now we're ready, and we're going to be jumping into Rialto straight away.
Yeah, indeed. We're going to go ahead and head there right this second. Just a couple technical difficulties here on our end, but we were back with you. Heading to sunny, beautiful Rialto. One of the most infamous corners in Overwatch.
Yeah.
Known as the Corner of Death, L'Angolo della Morte in Italian. This map, I don't know if they're going to keep running the same compositions here. Once again, it's not necessarily the worst thing to stay with what is not broken, as you mentioned before. But I want to see a sniper come out.
Ooh, yeah. Double sniper is quite strong for these sort, long sight lines and the tricky little corners, especially a Widowmaker gets perched up on one of these high grounds. You're not moving her unless you direct, pressure to her. But Billy, the comp on the defense team, MME, which they've chosen to defend once again because, the winners get to choose the side they attack or defend from, and the losers get to choose the map. They're running a pretty similar comp which we've been seeing so far throughout this entire series.
Indeed, and I mean, why change it? I mean, and
Yeah.
Goldier going back over to the Sombra is something that we need to really be looking out for.
Yeah, definitely. With this being said, though, Billy, the gates are now opening in. No, they're opening. Chat, don't worry, I did not slur my words there. It's perfectly fine. But the side of Worz, they're bringing out sort of a dive comp. We saw this from them on Linjiang, our first map, and it didn't work out too well for them because MME looked to just be more proficient and professional upon this dive. And this being said, they take their attention to Quad E on this Diva. He gets taken down quite early, and Flex managed to take down Poke only with the beam of death from the sky there, Billy. So this might just be a cleanup fight for the side of Worz here.
Yeah, I think that Elvis has got to get out of there with their life and getting the healing from Bananas. Bonnie attack going down. The only shielding they have is gone, but there's 0 shields for the side from Worz at all. So this could be something that you really look into. How will Bonnie be able to clap back as it will?
Yeah, I mean, this being said, Poke only managed to take down Flex, and then II4, I'm not quite sure how you say that name, he's a new addition to the roster, but nevertheless, he's on Wrecking Ball, we know that much. He gets taken down, but the Resurrection came back through, and then both low on the Pharaoh, just kills himself, unfortunately. You don't like to see it, but it happens in these close impact situations. Alvis Slays then gets Nano Boost, and he just goes into the backline, does as much damage as Diva needs to there, Billy, and he's just backing up, regrouping with his team, and that was quite a good hold for MME.
Indeed, and gaining both tank ultimates in that fight. I mean, Bonnie's gonna get it epic.
Ooh, that's actually massive. Taking down that Mercy in that situation means she can't be res. She cannot res herself, which is a brilliant ability in my eyes, not being able to res yourself. She's now out of the fight, but the copy coming onto the Diva, he's going to have a self-destruct coming up pretty soon. It gets thrown up into the air. Will this have as much value as Alvis Slays proved it? No, his trajectory was not perfect. These DPS players, copy and tanks, they don't actually have the natural skill of what tank players have for the ultimate, so it just proved there that a DPS player is not as good as a tank player on a tank, funnily enough.
Indeed, and our producer today, Bullskunk, plays a lot of Echo, and I love it when he decides that he's going to go in and duplicate one of the tanks because it's like, oh no, you've got a tank main coming in here on the DPS front. Oh my God, you're done. You're done.
Yeah. And needless to say, self-destruct comboed with an EMP. Gold EA takes down Quadiz, so no remeching for him. He did get hacked and then get taken out. Poke only finds Violi on this Mercy, so this is looking like a really solid fight for MME already here, Billy. Needless to say, they're now turning their attention to Vegeta. He gets taken down, and this is just MMA cleaning this out in their favor here, Billy.
Oh my goodness, and the duplicate was real. It was beautiful. It was everything you wanted. The EMP catching 5. In that you've got a nano boost available for the defense here. I think you put that into Elvis Slays just to get that last little bit towards the self-destruct. But the barrage is gonna have to be scouted out with a rapid.
Ooh, what a pick. Flex takes down Poke only. Now Elvis Slays has to dive back to peel for his support. I would expect the rocket barrage coming really, really soon. He's hung off. It just gets sound barrier popped in the skies. So that's Vegeta getting a lot of help to his team. Self-destruct. Oh my God, what a brilliant. This is an absolute masterclass. We talk about Alvis being the king of rock and roll, but at the moment he's the king of Diva bombs. This is absolutely brilliant, and what a showcase we're seeing so far, Billy.
I mean, the tanks right now and Goldier on this Sombra, I don't know why you would ever switch off of it because you're doing so much work with it. And I mean, mines are available. You looks like duplicate for Flex is going to be there for them in the next fight. Only Nano in the pocket for MME to stave off the aggression coming in from Worz.
But even so, Goldier, 90% of that EMP is going to be absolutely crucial here. If Bonitak gets this Nano, which they've been doing the majority of this series, they gave it to Alvis Slays. He's taking his attention to the Pharaoh, but Banana's Crazy gets taken down by Buffalo, and Alvis Slays takes him down himself. Bonitak does then fall, but this is overtime. Triggered EMP, 2 people caught in it, a Copy, Diva, and a Lucio to be precise. But finally, we're seeing Worz get a little bit of momentum here, Billy, and I think they're going to be able to take this point.
I think you are absolutely correct, and the duplicate not needed there for Flex. Well, they went ahead and did it anyways. Nani?
Uh, it beats me, but needless to say, it worked in their favor, whatever happens.
Okay, a weird duplicate there. Maybe going to swap over. No, not swapping to another hero at all. So a bit of a weird triangle mash there from Flex. But, you know, the card is a rolling as we head to the corner of death. Really, Khedive on the Diva closest to an ultimate. We need to see how they manipulate that into the next fight. Also, Volfu is getting so much value on this Pharah now.
Goldie A is 1 HP. He's forced to back up to get healed by Bananas and Mr. Banner, his two trusty supports. But this being said, Mr. Banner is so close to that rally. It could be crucial if he manages to pull it off. A self-destruct from Khedive gets caught on the side. It just takes down the shield of Mr. Banner. So he's not got a stun for a couple seconds whilst the shield is charged. And the Rocket Barrage coming in finds Mr. Banner. So this just should be Worz cleaning up this fight with Bonnie Attack, popping that primal rage just to give him assert some dominance and slap the other team around a little bit.
Indeed, I think also getting his HP pool back up to a better level there. They have a chance to recontest here on the corner. We really want to see what Poconi and Elvis are going to say about that.
Definitely. With Elvis keeping this in mind, if Frozen and self-destruct catches the Mercy, that's brilliant play. Once again, crucial with these self-destructs. With Poconi now, copying the opposition Diva, he's going to have a self-destruct of his own. He's going to be looking for it himself. He's just eyeing up the opportunity right now. He's just taking him out. He throws it off into the spawn just for goodwill. Will they get a couple kills? No. Unfortunately, it falls short. But once again, MME holding strong here, Billy.
Yep, and 50 seconds left on the clock here as they aggress back around the corner. Looking at mines and a sound barrier, the sound barrier is going to have to be employed in a useful way to really bevy up their team.
Yeah, I mean, the option is here, wait for the sound barrier to be cast and then EMP off with Goldie A, or wait for Goldie A to use his EMP and then counter the sound barrier. I believe we're going to see the latter of those two. For Cater's not actually popping it. They managed to win the fight in the forefront. They're now just bringing that up into MME's territory and maybe going to be able to cap here, Billy. With Mr. Banter falling down from Flex on this the Echo, they do manage to cap, and that's Worz getting second point quite well.
Yeah, big anti-nade coming into Cater and Ick42. That's what I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him Icky. On the wrecking ball. Violet getting a little bit of revenge on the Bonnie Attack, being zapped so many times. And, you know, both these PF's ultimates, as they aggress here in the point 3, I think you're going to lose the value of the Pharah as they try to aggress inside the Cathedral here.
Definitely. With this being in mind, 1 minute 15 left on the time bank. If they manage to count with time, it's not the biggest deal in the world on these payload maps. But with this being said, Poke only laser beams both low on this Pharah down. He does get resurrected back up, and the self-destruct getting thrown in by Quadi on this Diva doesn't manage to find too much with Bonnie Attack just being off on the side. Elvis Slays pops his own self-destruct, I believe. No, it's a copied self-destruct. The sound cues are very similar in my ear, but never mind. Quadi takes down Elvis Slays' mech, and they should just be getting a little bit of momentum on the point here, Billy. With this being said, the hack does come out onto the wrecking ball before. Oh, he managed to get the mines off actually, so it did work in his favor there. That hack being a little bit too delayed, but MME pulling this back in their favor here, Billy.
Yeah, indeed. You know, once again, we're seeing the resurrection coming up from Violet onto their Pharah with barrage in hand. 26 seconds left on the clock, and you know, I want to see some real aggression coming out from this barrage because it's going to have to be perfectly placed. And I mean, bevy it up with a sound barrier, and I think you keep your team up through the mid fight.
Yeah, definitely, but keep in mind, self-destruct popped early by Elvis Slays. Can it be huge? Oh my god, it takes him down. That's crucial. We were talking about it in the pre-fight. Lucio with this sound barrier is going to be huge. This gives Goldie A green light to pop his own EMP. He then double hacks the Diva and takes him down with these without his mech for the rest of the remaining of this fight here, Billy. This should just be MME cleaning up the kills and having a really solid defense. Elvis Slays takes down Flex on the Echo. The Rocket Barrage may prove to be crucial, but it only finds one poke. Only takes down the Pocket Mercy though, and with Vacator coming back from spawn, he popped that sound barrier, but it may just be too little too late for the side of Worz here. MME with this hack coming on to Icky, as we mentioned earlier, his name. They're just cleaning up kills on the point. Goldie A takes him down in the meantime. Self-destruct from Elvis Slays on the point, takes down one, uses the Diva mech as well, and this just should be MME winning this fight out here, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, the stall is real still, though. Poconi really trying to take care of his mirror and does it. It's style. Getting two with the focusing beam there to close it out. So win conditions set for MME here. You got to get 32.28 meters or 26 meters of progress on the third point. I think that's very doable considering what we've seen from them on attack today. I mean, they're running this Winston Diva to absolute perfection. The hacks, once again, I have to bring up Goldier on the Sombra. Man, critical hacks at critical times. I don't know how they aren't bursting down the Sombra player.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the crazy Mexican hacker, we talked about it earlier, how crucial she is in this situation, and it keeps coming up over and over again of the value Goldie's putting into these team fights. He's getting EMP like 1 in every 2 fights, and the hacks alone, I mean, so crucial. Hacking down that target and then the rest of his team going up on that kill is just absolutely beautiful to watch, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, Bullfoos has been the target of many a hack. Keeping the Pharah out of the sky really was a win condition for them, and I saw many a hack go on to Bullfoos playing the Pharah. Maybe it's time to think about a different hero, maybe bringing out the Reaper. The Reaper got a lot of value on Volskaya for them, not necessarily getting the name in the kill feed so much, but really taking it to the attack of Bonnie and team.
Yeah, definitely. The gates have now opened up onto this objective here. Billy Bunny Attack takes the aggressive jump to that high ground, just securing it for his team, allowing them to then rally up to him, get this safe position. And he's just looking for a dive right now, alongside partnered with Alvis Slays and the Mr. Banter Brigade. They're going to be looking for an aggressive playbook, but Poke only gets taken out from the skies. We were talking about the dogfight from the skies earlier on being between a Pharah and an Echo, but this time it's just an Echo 1v1 in this situation. With this being said, though, Billy, Worz are just able to pull this in their favor, win this team fight, and look absolutely brilliant doing so.
They're going to have to do something to deal with the Pharah. That's the first order of business for MME. Second order of business is the shielding is just being denied for Bonnie and team. The bubble is just being burst down so fast, and they don't have the cooldowns to really aggress out of those situations.
Yeah, absolutely. You're correct, definitely. I mean, with this being said, they're coming up onto this corner. This is a really hard corner to take. Oh, Poke only gets taken down early. And once again, this is twice now on MME's attack, proving the team fight for them to be lost in both situations, potentially coming up here. He's only 27 to his ult, and Flex, his opposite number, has almost got his. With this being said, he takes down Bonnie Attack, and I think Worz are just going to clean this fight up once again here, Billy.
Yeah, but Mr. Banton's going to have something to say about that, as Goldier absolutely assassinates Fakehater on the Lucio. That is healing taken out right now. Self-destruct is going to go ahead and zoning them out as well. Poconi gets some revenge onto Flex, Flex here, and I think this might be the turning point for Point A here.
Yeah, finally we're seeing MME build a bit of momentum, a bit of ground. They put their heels down in the turf. They're pulling this back in their favor. They've just got to commit to one solid dive here off the back of Goldie's EMP, which I would expect to be popped early. He probably knows Vacator's nowhere near this sound barrier, so if Goldie can catch it huge, it is the fight win. But South Destruct being popped, thrown in the air, finds Poconi. He gets taken down, and then Mr. Banter falls to Flex himself. Alvis Slays tags down Violi on this Mercy, but they're now just, EMP catches 5 people. Stops everybody in their tracks. Is this going to be enough with the mines already on the point? I'm not sure it will be, Billy. That may have been a little bit of a waste from Goldie there.
I think it actually did what it needed to do in taking out the Diva. The damage mitigation will not be there. And now Bonnie Parker being able to go in, popping the Primal. That's what you want to see.
Oh, it catches the Pharah. That's huge. The Rocket Barrage is no longer in the fight here. Billy, Rally and Inspire are both popped at full maximum capability. If Vacator unfortunately doesn't get stunned out of his beat, there's sound barrier right there, and the Biotic Grenade comes up onto Icky on the backline. The Wrecking Ball is just backed off to the team. Poco only takes down Flex's copies, and so does Alvis. They help each other out in that situation. You don't really see that in kill feed too. That's quite strange, but nevertheless, they're on the fight now. MME are just killing. They're getting people across, and they finally managed to get momentum on this point and cap the first point here, Billy.
Yep, and they did it with a good amount of time, having that come through. There's the hack. Oh my goodness, the hack onto Bullfoos. Why? Oh my lord, that was huge. And then Bonnie coming in and clearing out the pharmacy combo unaided. After that point, Goldier is going to have a EMP probably in this next fight. And if they can pair it with anything from the rest of their team, it's going to be huge.
Icky absolutely shot to the heavens there and slammed down. Not getting too much value off it though. I just thought it was cool, so I thought I'd mention it upon the broadcast. But nevertheless, he's rolling around, doing wrecking ball things, looking for as much play as possible. South is shot coming in from Alvis. Can it be huge like they've been so far? Oh my god, it's beautiful once again. Takes down the Farah. He's now out of the fight. The Mercy may be looking for the resurrection here in a safe place, but he's getting pressured by Alvis himself. The man, the myth, the legend, Alvis has gone to pressure on Mercy. He's now on the point, turning his attention to killing the Diva. The South shot does get popped. Unfortunately, doesn't manage to find too much value, Billy, but needless to say, they're now on the point, fighting this in their presence. Icky does get taken down, and Poke only copied Icky to then get the mines on the point, finds Flex, and this may be his MME bringing this back in their favor here, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, just the... Whoa!
Whoa! Cast his curse, Jesus.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's Caster's curse to the extreme. Bad on you, Spacy. Bad Spacy. Don't do that again. That's going to be a stagger and a half on Elvis Slays, trying to get to the water or something. Look at this stagger.
They're booping him, doing everything to him. He finally makes it. Yeah. Wow,
that is
fortunate.
You don't like to see that. That is carnage at its finest right there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay. So looking at this fight now, mines available. You got barrage available. You got sound barrier available. Also the barrage and the duplicate. This is going to be a triangle match if I ever saw one. As you have a minute and a half left in the time bank.
Pogoni takes down Bafu on the high ground, and the EMP pops by Gold. He's absolutely massive, but then the Ficator with this sound barrier proves to be even better, catching the people that got caught by the EMP. But Bonnie attack takes down Quadiz on this Diva. He's now turning his attention to just taking the copy Diva, and he's just zapping them down, doing as much as he can. Self-destruct pop by the copy Diva. Bonnie attack bubbles it off. Absolutely beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Winston, you want to be doing that to self-destruct. You pop your bubble down, he can't do anything. Rocket Barrage popped in the sky, get taken down, beamed down by Pogoni, and this just self-destruct getting thrown in from the sky. Can it catch anything? He unfortunately can't. And Billy, this is MME looking really strong right now.
Indeed, Pogoni really showing up in this last part of the map here. Yeah. Getting 3 kills, and Elvis Slays taking the mech out. That's going to be a stagger for MME that they want to take. There's 0.7 meters in the contest is here. Oh, how long is Icky going to be able to stay up?
Yeah, I mean, Poke only fell, so there's a chance they can bring this back. But, oh, they get off the point, unfortunately. The second point got capped, and they're now just going to clean this fight up here, Billy. And MME have got a good chance to take this map with these late staggers coming in.
Indeed, and I mean, you've got to watch for Farah right now. You know, that's going to be their biggest chance to stop the aggression coming in. Minute 45 left on the clock. Bomb coming in from Elvis Slays. That's going to catch 2? Nope. Ooh. They got over the building just in time.
You know, it was a really good bomb, but it was a better dodge from Buffalo and his Mercy Violi on the side of Worz. But I think this may just be game set and, you know, match considering Rialto and not the actual series just yet. But MME are looking like they've got every opportunity to do so. 3 people on the point, self-destruct, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. They go up 3-0 and are now on match point.
Indeed, and I mean, I just think the aggression and the hacks, once again, I mean, the hack going on to Icky as they were trying to get away from the point and be able to use their shielding to get some of that regenerative shielding back up. Hacked again, once again, Goldier putting on a masterclass of somber play. So aggressive with the hacks, you're not seeing them be very invisible for long. They get to where they want to get. They get their hacks in, they get out.
Yeah, I mean, just one thing to reiterate there, Mr. Banter may not be popping up in the kill feed too much, but him playing this Brigitte allows his team to get so much heals. And, you know, we saw in midweek that Brigitte actually got nerfed, so the fact they're playing it means they're really, really confident in their ability to use the Brigitte, and even though it's been nerfed, to make it work as well as they're doing here, Billy.
Yeah, I think that this new patch that dropped, really taking it to Brigitte. I mean, I think that the Twitter war calling for Brigitte's head and deletion out of the game of Overwatch has been heard by Master Jeff and the rest of the Galactic Empire, and they took her out in the worst way. Just the ability not to be able to pre-heal, I think that was the biggest nerf they could have done to her. And then the time to regenerate the shield once it's burst down goes up 2 seconds. Yeah. I mean, and the regeneration of the shield, if it's not cracked, goes from 100 to 80. So the fact that they are able to play Brigitte to this level, yeah, you got to give it to Mr. Banta.
Yeah. With this being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, MME, they move on to match point, and we're just going to go to a little short break, coming back to potentially what will be our last match in this Tier 6 EU PS4 game. We'll see you in a bit. And for what could potentially be the last time of the night with Spacy and Billy once more, we're going into our, as I said, potentially the last map with MME leading 3-0 after 4 maps, with one of them being a draw. They're on match point here, Billy.
Indeed, a championship point has been reached, and now we want to see the reverse sweeps happen. We want to see Worz come out here and just take it to MME here as we go to Ilios. Based upon what we saw in Lijiang, it was 2-1 to MME, and I don't know if keeping the wrecking ball is necessarily the right call here. I haven't seen a call for any substitutions coming in.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to get the steady Diva wrecking ball composition coming out of Worz. And I mean, you've got to figure out how to stop Bonnie on the Winston right now.
Yeah.
That is the linchpin of their whole team, and the dive and cleave is so real.
Yeah, I can agree 100% with that statement, Billy. But just to go over a couple of things, MME's dive have been so on point, with Goldie being on the Sombra. It's amazing to watch, and it just goes down to the core synergy these guys have built over this entire time. You know, they've been playing together for the entirety of this season. I don't believe they were a team before. They may have been for a little bit, but not too long. So they've built up 10, 12 weeks, maybe longer, of synergy with each other, and they're putting it into absolute show right now in the biggest game of the entire season.
Indeed, and I mean, just the coordination going in. I mean, even when Bonnie goes off on one of their dives solo, it's real. I love to see it. I mean, they're going to bring Winston back. They're bringing Winston back. Yeah.
I mean, we've been seeing it in a little bit of Overwatch League recently. They've been playing Winston with double shield as well, but at this level of play, you know, it's the highest we have on offer in the PS4 EU scene, but it's not Overwatch League, if you get what I'm saying. So even so, they're making it work, and it's looking really, really impressive.
Yeah, and now we get to see if it's going to continue the dominance from MME, or is Worz going to be able to come back and bring us to a map 6.
Yep.
3-0 up. Championship point for MME as we head to sunny, beautiful Greece. A tank lover's dream here. You get a chance to run 3 different compositions if you want.
Yep.
I think we're going to see the same composition, though. I'm not going to, really bang my head against the wall and say, "Oh, you got to run Ryan Zarya on Ruins."
I mean,
we're going to go to Lighthouse first.
Yeah, I'd love to see a bit of Ryan Zarya in this map. You know, teams certain have a specific strategy. They sometimes teleport to the point, but it doesn't look like we're going to get to see that, Billy, unfortunately. But, we're seeing dive, so who's complaining? I'm not complaining. I don't hear you complaining, so...
No, we both love... Bullskunk and I love Winston. Yeah. I usually yield the Winston to him because it's one of his favorite players, and I love to see here. And it takes out the ability of the mines to do so much damage that we're going to see coming from Icky. Staying with the wrecking ball, looks like they're going to go ahead and just maintain what they had before. Ficator on the Lucio to get them to the point a little bit faster, though.
I mean, yeah, they're running the exact same comp they ran the majority of the time at Lijiang, apart from they've got an Echo this time, so Flex is going to be dueling Poke Oni. We talked about it a little bit in the break. Poke Oni's been majority losing the 1v1s on the Echo, but he's been getting a lot more value in the overall play, so that's one thing to look out for here. As Alvis Slayers goes in deep, takes out Flex, the person we were just talking about, so once again, the caster's curse coming perfectly if your name's MME, but turning their attention to the point. Bonnie Attack and Alvis Slayers are now on the point with a pesky Lucio shooting at them. Bonnie Attack's now just doing as much damage as he can. He jumps on out, helps his support. That's good peeling from your main tank. You want that if you're a support player. You want that extra bit of help, sustainability. But with Goldie A taking down Icky on this wrecking ball, Billy, I think MME might have this point.
Yep, the point is definitely going to lock and start getting the progress for them. Goldie A already halfway to at EMP. That is massive in the first fight. Not much else to speak of. Looking at Elvis Slays on the Diva, halfway to the bomb. Same from Khadiv on the opposite, but gets hacked. Are they going to be able to capitalize on it?
Yeah, Flex did swap over to Tracer, but he's now just rolling around. But with that hack coming away, Poke only, oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Takes down Buffalo on that barrier in the sky. The armor packs are now coming, not the armor packs, sorry, it's a change now. It's now a healing pack, but nevertheless, it still does a decent job of keeping his team alive. And Poke only, off of this, gets a kill on the Mercy. So that's just MME winning this fight single-handedly off of the back of Poke only.
I mean, showing up again in the kill feed prominently. And Bananas for Crazy already has Nano Boost available. That is huge.
How does a Tracer get... I'm not too sure. How does a Tracer get caught in that situation where a Winston of all things takes him down? But,
there was an anti-nade placed on him.
okay, perfect. Thank you for that. I didn't know. Hacked as well, according to the producer. But nevertheless, Poke only, Sticky Bomb takes down Buffalo. But once again, MME are winning these fights off of 1 or 2 kills, which is perfect play for their ult economy.
And they're not even investing any ultimate into it. It's just dry. And you love to see it. Like, the ultimate economy is going to be huge here. I think they're trying to wait for a barrage. I'm not sure. Maybe self-destruct thrown into there, but they're so spread out. It's beautiful.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Elvis Slays here, ladies and gentlemen. He's been getting these self-destructs huge. He throws another one in. Will it come out big like it did the last? Oh, my God, he did it again. We were talking about it early on. Elvis, known as the king of rock and roll, but this time he's the king of Diva Bombs. And it's coming up clutch for MMEs. They look like they're going to take this first point on Ilios and go to match point.
Oh, there is my gong of death. Finally, all 6 players going down in a certain amount of time to be able to be my last bit of love. I love the gong of death.
Yeah, but needless to say, they're managing to touch and they're getting a couple people on the point here. With these mines on the point, Pony is trying to get some of his own. With that copy coming the way onto the Wrecking Ball. Oh, Bananas for Crazy 4, so this could be the end of MME's hold on this point. But with this Tracer being hacked, Bonnie Attack's taking his attention to it, and Goldie taking down potentially is doable for Flex Worz here if they manage to get a couple kills. Alvis loses his mech, but this may just be okay. With the Primal Rage being on the point and this rally with the Max Inspire, Mr. Bandit on Bonnie Attack off the melee characters section. They're just doing as much as they can with this Wrecking Ball getting hacked. This should be the beginning of the end, but never mind. A rocket barrage coming on into the sky. It's catching 1, it's catching 2, and there is MME taking this point.
I mean, just because of the ultimate deficit that came out, that is why MME absolutely alphaed Worz there. I mean, they had 6 ultimates before one person had their ultimates on the side of Worz. Just the aggression being shown and the ability to hunt down the kills. Yeah. I'm loving what I'm seeing from MME Spacy. This is a good one, but are we going to see something change? Oh, Flex maybe showing us the Doomfist.
For the first time in this series, Mr. Banter's playing something other than the Brigitte, but maybe he might be debating as he might just go for the speed and then the swap. Hopefully that's not the case because everybody loves to see their favorite DJ Wall. Oh no, we got the Brigitte. Don't do it to us once again. What do you make on this here, Billy?
I mean, I think they used it for the speed, like you said, and trying to get them up to the point first. But, man, look at this already. Damage being poured in. Bananas for Crazy, 20% to a nano already. Bolfus laying the rockets in with some nice regularity. And, I mean...
The dive. Oh, we got the second down. What a beautiful dive from the side of Worz. The Wrecking Ball slam partnered with the Tracer, but Poke only won a fight with a Farah in the sky. The dogfight has been won once again by this Poke only, absolute weapon of a man. The fight has gone to the point, and maybe Worz are just going to win this with this percentage, but I'm not too sure here, Billy. I think MME have got every rightful chance of winning this, but with Poke only falling just at the end, this may be a little bit of too big ask for them now, with Worz capping this point finally.
Indeed, I mean, DM, the defense matrix running out for Elvis there at the end. They're going to go ahead and yield the progress here, but this is a better showing from Worz here. Flex going on to the Tracer, getting a lot of value from the little Brit, and Pulse Bomb already attained.
Absolutely. This is going to be a key crucial ability right here, so pay attention. Lincoln, you'll miss it. Tracer, she's fast as lightning. She's good with bombs. What can she not do in this situation? She looks for the pulse bomb, doesn't manage to catch too much, so maybe the caster's curse once he even gets taken down. I shouldn't talk at this point, Billy. Whatever I say, the opposite happens, but nevertheless, they get up onto this point. Alvis Lay taken down for Cater, and he's looking for all the value he can in the world right now. He's turned his attention to the main support, the main tank in this situation, which is the Wrecking Ball. This just looks like MME are going to snowball and clean this over for this point here, Billy.
Indeed, and I mean, the stall, once again, we saw it happen on Li Zhang. They're not willing to cede this point because they know how vital it is to get as much capture progress as possible. Poke Oni showing up again.
Definitely. I mean, him on the Echo's been something really, really good. Oh my god, I've just looked to the left of my screen, Billy, and I'm seeing 6 ticks, and you know what this means.
Yeah, I mean, I think you lead in with the EMP bomb and then go from there.
Potentially. I mean, they're obviously not going to spam 6 ultimates at one time, you know, just mash that triangle button because obviously we're on the PS4, it's triangle, not Q or Y from this situation. EMP bomb coming in, will it catch many? It catches the Mercy, so that's big from Alvis Slays once again. With those 2 left hacks, the attention from MME is now just turned to them, and they take down Quadi's mech and move him off the map from the thrusters. This just looks like MME going to bring this out in their favor once again, Billy.
Indeed, I mean, they have done so much into this, and I mean, go ahead, invest the primal rage because he was getting very low there and turning it to good effect. I like the aggression.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about this controlled aggression approach, which we've been mentioning over and over again, but MME are putting it into absolute masterclass in the situation. 50% approaching, Billy. Is this going to be the beginning of the end for Worz?
I unfortunately think it will be unless Bullfuse gets a massive EMP, or I'm sorry, barrage, but
Yeah.
Goldie is looking for the far right now.
He's lurking. He's doing what he's been doing the whole game, which has been a massive pain in Buffalo's backside. He's just going to look for this hack. Poke only takes down Fakator before he can pop the sound barrier. So with this rally, Mr. Banter has every opportunity to just carry his team in this situation. We talked about it earlier, Mr. Banter being the silent carry along with Bananas for Crazy. And I think MME may be close. They may be drawing in on the prize here, Billy, of that $1,500.
I'm going to watch to see how Khadiv throws in this self-destruct, because that's probably the biggest opportunity for them to flip this map over. Fakator is going to have to really watch where he is in relation to Poconi, because Poconi has laser sights set on him.
With 5% remaining, ladies and gentlemen, blink and you'll miss it. This could be the last fight in the entire series. Goldier gets a huge big self-destruct from Khadiv. Going to come in. Will it find any? No. Alvis Slays throwing one of his own. Fakator finally gets his soundbite off. This could be huge for them. Oh my god. Poconi, the man, the myth, the legend, finds 2 people with that self-destruct. And this could be it. Ladies and gentlemen, MME, they win the entire thing, the grand shebang. They get the $1,500, they get the bragging rights, they get everything. Damn, what a great performance.
Wow, what a lot to unpack from this match. That was absolutely fantastic. Looking at the last bit of capture progress there for MME, Poconi, the man, the myth, the legend, getting the self-destruct duplicate, laying it in there like Elvis has been doing all night, absolutely took the thunder from him, and getting the 2-piecer there and securing the point for MME. They win 4-0 with a tied map in there. So going 5 maps, and I mean, this was an absolutely banger of a series. But the MME come out on top. Your Tier 6 EU PlayStation 4 Overwatch champions here in the CGL multi-tier tournament. Oh my God. What a time.
I mean, what a time to be alive if you're a player for MME. You've just won a nice amount of money, I'm not going to lie. You know, it'd be nice if anybody got that amount of money. But needless to say, as much as it was a 4-0, Billy, we need to talk about how close these games actually were. It was not 4-0 swamp like you see in most 4-0s. This 4-0 was incredibly close. Worz need to be absolutely incredibly proud of themselves. Unfortunately, they don't get anything come in second place. But needless to say, they've had a great tournament. They've been really well. They were the rank 1 seed, though, so it was more, sort of an upset in this situation, but I don't think so. MME just played absolutely brilliant.
I mean, the split is 70-20-10 for the prize winners.
Oh,
so
okay.
70% will go to MME, 20% will go to Worz. So they're not leaving empty-handed as far as cash. And then I'm not sure how the 3rd place game went for Tier 6. I'll find out that here in a little while. But this has been just the series itself way so much closer than what the scoreline actually belies.
Yeah.
And I just have to say, you know, massive kudos to both teams. MME, I think on the back of Goldier, you know, we saw the plays from the supports, we saw the plays from the tanks, but I think Goldier stands out for me as they were the ones that just got the hacks, got the aggression, allowed the team to do what they wanted. And that's going to be my Tier 6 MVP for this match. Who do you have?
thinking about it, we've seen these huge carry plays from Alvis, Slays, and Poke only pop up in the feed. But what we've not always, you sometimes go over it. But I think Bananas for Crazy has been the glue holding this team together with his biotic grenades and the healing he's been putting out, and the ability to just stay alive when the whole of wars are diving upon him. I think he's been the backline, the solid support, and he's done so well, and he's going to be really proud of himself. I know it.
Okay, so you got Goldier for me. You've got Bananas for Crazy as your MVP picks for our grand final here. Spacy, it's been an absolute pleasure getting a chance to cast from you. I know it's late there, your time, but thanks for staying up and casting with me.
Yeah, no worries. I've been enjoying myself. Thank you for the CGL for having me. All of that's great stuff. But I think that's going to be the end of this broadcast, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. If you've liked what you've seen, drop a follow. And if you be so kind, you can drop a Twitch sub as well. But we're not forcing you. Don't worry about that. This is going to wrap us up from the Tier 6 EU PS4 side. I've been Spacy, joined with the man, the myth, the legend, ChefBilly. Thank you very much. Have a great night. We'll see you around.
And as this is my last cast for these finals, I want to thank CGL out there for giving me the opportunity to bring this to you for the past 12 and a half weeks.
Damn.
And I tell you what, I put some work in with my partner, Bull Skunk, and I wanted to thank him. He's on the production side tonight. I want to thank Skate and Headrammer, Corbeck, all of you guys out there. It's been the world to us. And man, it's been a pleasure. And I will see you guys in season 8.
Yeah.